Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. And today you are going to see something unseen. You will see how the things are looking like when Meatball fights back. Lately, I had an experience aka playing with a Type 4 Heavy to get the third mark of excellence. By the way, expectation values on this tank is very low, so if you are into the marking tanks, even though this tank is a Meatball, I discovered some things. First of all, gun handling of this tank is very nice, and I truly mean it. Use 600 alpha damage gun, and it's actually relatively playable without the gold ammunition. Looking into this, 257mm of penetration, 600 alpha damage, 850 shell velocity, it doesn't look that bad. Gold 290mm of penetration, it's not very good for a gold ammunition, but just how it goes. And high explosives have 70mm of penetration as well, so you can penetrate some tanks. So today you will see two best games. Obviously I'm doing a commentary, as you can see. I am not playing live, but believe me, those games are worth it, and we can easily call this video when Meatball is fighting back, because oh boys, those two games are pretty beautiful, and this is like the simple situation when stars are aligned. And we are starting with a high explosive ammunition loaded for the MX 1390. Unfortunately, not the best aim, and I am taking one for the team from the Kranwagen. Now, truth to be said, this tank is not great if people are loading gold ammunition. So yeah, if you met the guy who is willing to spam the gold, oh boys, you better hide, you better run, and there is nowhere to hide and nowhere to run. You need to be relatively passive in this way. But if you are finding someone who is making silly goose mistakes, you know, it's not that bad. I see this Kranwagen, I'm very well aware of this. And believe me, I am not sharing with you whatever Kaku games. You will see everything very well. You will see domination with this vehicle as well. And pay attention to the gun handling. I was surprised how good gun handling is on this tank. I would say it's equally good to even E75. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. And once again, keep this in mind: no gold ammunition, standard equipment setup. aka we are using only standard equipment, no bond equipment, nothing too crazy. Although we have all crew skills, which is, to be fair with you, not that big of advantage, because you need what, 4 or 5 skills to have everything. After that you just don't care. You know what is the skill from the radio operator will do for you. You will see more. It doesn't work this way. Anyways, we are starting everything with a couple shots there and there, and we are having 1,600 damage, which is nice and which is always welcome, right? But this is only the start. Soon the real stuff will start, and soon we will need to try to carry the game, I have a feeling. Anyways, meanwhile, Kranwagen is trying to escape, and I'm saying, no, how are you doing? Fellas, can you smell that? Kranwagen can smell his fate, aka the nerfing coming to the Kranwagen. Beautiful shot, 700 in the face, which is a high roll. Plus on top of that, we are getting 700 burn damage, which is even better. I am paying attention at the max map. I see the Udes trying to go for us. Yes, I noticed that, but once again, keep this in mind. This tank is not the quickest to turn, so unfortunately we cannot change this that easily, right? Another shot, 550 into the Udes face. Pay attention how bloodful this vehicle is behaving, speaking about the gun handling. I was actually shocked and surprised, and I cannot, it is very hard to describe how good this tank was behaving. Luckily we are crossing without taking any damage whatsoever. We still have over 45% of the hit points or so that's fine, and we can play. Now I'm showing the maximum disrespect for Udes, and you might think, Skill, what is the maximum disrespect? Well, maximum disrespect, you know, not everyone can stand the fart from the Type 4 heavy side, so we definitely can't complain about that. Meanwhile, we are left with 777 hit points, so you know, lucky 777 if I can say so, and soon we are going to show some love for the enemies. Now, we already have 4.2 thousand damage game, and this is not bad for this vehicle, fellas. It's not even close for being bad, and I thought our team is going to cap the base. It's victory. Why you are even showing this to a skill? Well, not everything is that simple. As you can see, we are losing by the hit points, but we have extra couple of guns. And our guys decided not to cap the base. And as wrong as it sounds, in this kind of situation, I don't really think the capping base was like the worst thing ever, because we are actually we are having pretty hard time here, with all honesty. Meanwhile, spanking the phase 1 for 545 in the face, and luckily for us, phase 1 is dead. Great. Now, fellas, if you have children in the room, make sure to cover their eyes and their ears, because we are going to show some dominance here. As you can see, 2 equal tier tanks, Vaza and Type 4 heavy. Vaza is shooting gold, although he's using a stock gun, and now cover the eyes, fellas. Yeah, you see, you cannot win against the sumo wrestler in tug of war. It just doesn't work this way, and as you can see, this guy's thinking, what the flying F is happening here? And I'm saying, race. I don't even want to shoot him. I'm just having so much fun, and he's thinking I'm levitating. Oh, and that was enjoyable. That's what I call a big pleasure, fellas. Who could expect that Meatball can actually be that good? I played with this tank and I was surprised. When I started my session, I had this certain performance night, and I was relatively happy about this. Well, relatively happy. I was extremely happy the first session which I had. After that, I had like 7 hours or 10 hours stream non-stop playing of this tank, you know, getting mark of excellence. I did. And I can tell you one thing, I kind of messed up my score in the end, but it's not about my score. It is about what this tank is capable of. And to show even tanks like this, Aka Meatballs can have a great time and great experience as well, fellas. Once again, pay attention to this. We are having 7.4 thousand damage with the Type 4 heavy. Come on. I mean, what do you want me to say? The gun behaved nicely, the tank behaved nicely. I mean, look at this performance overall. It is pretty damn nuts. Okay, that's the first game. We are not done. We are not even close for being done. One more game, and you will see even more damage in the next game. Yep, I'm not joking. Let's go. And we are back, fellas. So what do we have? We have the second game, in my opinion, in the losing spawn of this map. I know it's weird, some people are saying some spawns are winning, some spawns are losing. Well, in my humble opinion, this is a losing spawn. I simply think it is very easy to defend, especially whenever you are doing things properly, whenever you have safe defense parameter over there, and whenever you have safe defense parameter over there. One guy here, some snipers here, maybe spotter here or here. It is relatively easy to win this game. At least that's what I think, right? But there is some situations when you can do some things and you will see everything here yourself. So all in all, for a heavy tank, I do not really think it is worth it to make a pressure like this, because you are simply too slow, and good luck crossing like this or pushing through the open field. It's literally crossfire from everywhere, you know, you cannot do that. So what kind of options you have as a heavy tank? You have pretty much probably two options, I would say. Either to push like this as an option number one and try to break the defense like this, or alternatively to drop down here. I've seen someone doing things like this, Aka, trying to go into the middle and they had a decent result. So if you never try to do that, maybe you should try do something like this. But all in all, I think the standard play for a Heavis is to go and play over there. And you know, me saying good things about the gun handling of this vehicle, it is not an exception. It's not like I had one good game where I was hitting most of my shots. This is not how the things are looking like. When I played with this vehicle, I actually had plenty of the games like this. Now, I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to approach enemies in this kind of situation, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I'm spotted, roger that, someone must sit here. Ooh. Yeah, wild T95 in the middle of the field in a way. Well, this is not what I'm looking for. This is not what I want to see. And yeah, this is looking pretty damn bad, fellas. This is looking pretty damn bad. How we can make a pressure for the enemies? Well, unless enemies are going to make pressure at us, right? And looking into the E75, he's playing sideways, beautiful. I love tourists, fellas. Tourists are dying breed in the world of tanks, and honestly, more tourists is better, and it's always pleasure to meet them. It's always pleasure to sell the kebab for 50 euros or 50 bucks for them, and it is just enjoyable. By the way, funny thing, I believe you noticed we are hitting kind of snapshots, right? So yeah, that looks pretty good and pretty nice. Once again, I really want to highlight the things about this tank. This tank is powerful if you are meeting people who are not shooting gold at you. So for example, in this kind of situation, ooh, are you AFK in the bush? AFK in the bush. Nice. There is nothing better than light tank who is pretending he's a bush, you know? Great. He lost quite a bit of the hit points, and that's what I want to see for obvious reasons. Right? Great. He did not react well, luckily we did. Good. Look at this. So far the score is looking in kind of our favor, to be completely honest with you. We are winning a bit by the hit points, and we are winning by one gun as well. Obviously it's not done, and we will still need to do a lot of things in order to win this game. There is plenty of the hit points over there. Both of the heaviest tanks are still full. There is Wild T95, there is Charioteer. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. Anyways, Charioteer must sit over there in the bush. Not a big surprise. I'm trying to go for a blind shot. Spoiler alert, this is a hit. So Charioteer is kind of down to one-shottable at this point, and that's great. And this is like the experience which I am having with this vehicle. I'm not rushing anywhere, I'm having relatively great time, and I was just simply waiting until enemies will make a mistake if it is possible. Meanwhile, how are you doing? Enjoying yourself? Boom, another shot. 532 object 777. I was truly shocked and surprised how good this gun handling is feeling like, and how good this gun is behaving overall. For me, it was honestly a pleasure to play with this tank. I am thinking, what is the actual chance of this guy? Never mind, I never ever thought anything. I am feeling great. Wow, E50 managed to find a nice angle to hit us. Very interesting, and he hit our cupola. Okay, so what do we have? We have Object 77, we have Hashem, and we have the 257 sitting over there. Okay, I do not really want to make that much pressure, and the main reason is I do not want to make pressure for them just because of this T95. It is way too early, and even though there is 4 minutes of the game left, sometimes it is so much better to simply be a bit passiver. And in the same situation, if you would pay attention at the score, there is no way our team will make pressure like this. There is no way. There is no way those guys will do anything while sitting here as well. So what we need to do, we need to try to get as much use as we physically and possibly can. That's about it. We are taking our time to fully aim for the T95, and this is a beautiful kill. Now we are chilling. And the best part of all this, enemies are not using the gold ammunition, so I am actually feeling relatively powerful playing against the enemy tanks. I am truly feeling well. No, what will happen next? 257, do you want to pick? I am patient mother trucker. Maybe you want to pick? Pretty please. This is what I am thinking, and that's what I want to see. Once again, mistakes from the enemy side are always welcome, and it is always enjoyable. Also, fellas, keep this in mind to play with your intuition skills. So for example, if you are seeing a Hashem Borshik, maybe it's just simply better to shoot the high explosives into that tank, right? If you know what I mean. And as you can see, speaking of the intuition, I'm instantly loading that. Meanwhile, Tiger 2 is getting spotted, so I'm using intuition to load into the standard ammunition. And I am not entirely sure is he shooting the standard ammunition or not. Now I can see, aha, so he's shooting the standard ammunition. You know what that means? That means we can start spanking him. Also, fellas, don't mind Katita. She is a bit busy, if you know what I mean. It is a night time when I am doing the recording, so she is on the full turbo mode. As you can see, this is nervous licking going in the background, so don't mind her business, you know. By the way, I am doing this recording at 2 in the morning, so you know. And cats are nocturnal creatures. They are having the best time at night, so yeah. Just like me, fellas, just like me. Anyways, 5,600 damage plus a blind shot, so we have 6,200 damage already, and we are just simply waiting at this point. Yes, I know we cannot win this. I'm very, very well aware of that. Completely misaimed shot from my side. I definitely cannot complain about anything. That was just simply my fault. You know, I did not aim it well, and I can just blame myself for being silly goose. Meanwhile, MX trying to cross. I'm thinking, can I eliminate MX? And unfortunately, I cannot. But look at this beauty. We can see the tiger. Maybe, can we shoot the tiger? Nope. Okay, beautiful. 257 said skill. Do you mind to spank me once? And I said, I don't mind. Thank you very much. 6,600 damage. Can we get more of all of this? And fellas, keep this in mind. This score is made with a Type 4 heavy, okay? Just keep this in mind. Ooh. Pay attention what kind of ammunition we have loaded. Pay attention, fellas, what kind of ammunition we have loaded. Skill high explosives, exactly. Hello there. 790 in the face. I see you, I see you. Here you go, here you go. Fellas, I can see what you are saying. I feel you. Just Katita can outplay enemies like this, I would say. Just Katita can do that. Anyways, 30 seconds on the timer. I believe it's clear we are not going to win the game. We have 7,600 damage dealt in this kind of situation. I am feeling extremely happy with all of this. I think we played the game very, very well, and we got as much as we physically and possibly could in this kind of situation. Skill, could you do something different in order to win the game? No. This is as good as we are going to get. And this is the score which we managed to craft. So now, without further ado, let's report to the scoreboard, and let's see how many games did we need in order to finish this tank with what kind of score. Let's go. And we are back, fellas. So what do we have? The first battle in the Himmelsdorf, we crafted 7,443 damage. We got ourselves obviously a high caliber and 1.6 base experience. This is a huge game, and we made 33,000 profits even by using food and paying for it. That's nice, thank you very much. Meanwhile, second game, we got the third mark of excellence. We raised like 2% if I'm not mistaken in that game, quite crazy. We blocked we made 7,777 damage, 5 kills, 4.4 thousand blocked, and a bit of the assisting damage as well, which is nice. We got ace, we got the third mark of excellence. That means it was the last game of this vehicle. We got a steel wall, and we have the high caliber. Great. Absolutely amazing score. I am super happy about this, and we made 35,000 profits as well, which is quite nice considering it is a tier 9 tank, right? All in all, as you can see, this is the setup which I was using to mark this tank, and I can tell you one thing. I was switching between those two equipments. That's what I was using on the open maps, and that's what I was using on the city maps. It worked pretty well, and I am happy with the setup. I am happy with this equipment, and all in all, we needed 73 games in order to finish this tank with a 3.1 thousand average damage and 500 average resisting damage. Honestly, I had very bad streak of the games, and the average performance could be easily 3.5 thousand. I am not joking, fellas. It is actually doable to have 3.5 thousand with this vehicle, at least for me, right? And it was enjoyable. It was fine. It was quite interesting experience, and people thought they are going to make me suffer with this vehicle, but joke's on you. I kind of liked it. Thank you very much, fellas, for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and this is when Meatball is fighting back. Thank you.